yes. Let's check out the other floors. Good thinking.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Before all this goes any further, I need to know how both of you got your pieces of the film.
Please. Tell me.
Well, it's no secret, really. After my mom died a few months ago, I found it when I was going through her stuff.
Maddie, what was your mom's name?
No.
Both, or...
Was it Bonnie Rivera?
Yeah, it...
Son of a bitch.
How did you know that?
You look just like her.
Did you know my mom?
A long time ago. A whole other lifetime. Her younger brother, Jaime, was one of my closest friends.
Uncle Jaime, I never met him.
I hadn't heard that Bonnie had passed.
Yeah, it was pretty sudden.
Wow. Maddie, it's quite sad. Very touching.
What a dick. I want to know how Stan got his. He keeps being fucking mysterious about it.
And what about you, Stan? Where'd you get your piece of the film?
Well, now, that is a very good question.
Damn.
And an expensive one, too. But you know what? Since I am such a big fan of your work, I'll give you a little taste, free of charge. I can't tell you who I got it from or why they had it. I will tell you that I acquired it from them completely by the book in a very honorable game of chance.
You won it?
Fair and square.
Who the fuck would be gambling with it? They have no right.
Well, it seems like you're more attached to this little project than what you've been letting on.
You don't just gamble away something like that.
It's just, I just want to know information. It seems like I gotta kind of play the people person every once in a while.
Cool statue.
It's Billy.
Missing a piece, though.
His weapon.
Wow. Powerful resemblance in Augustine's family. That or Augustine loves cosplay.
Whoa.
Quite a piece. Look at the metalwork.
It's beautiful.
So that's missing a piece too.
Sensationalist trash. Sam Green took down Frank Stone. I could write a better book than this.
The true story of Frank Stone told by the man who stopped him, Sheriff Lloyd Kusich. Oh, screw that, man. He did not. Lloyd Kusich doesn't like the title hero. In Fall 63, Kusich was the local sheriff of Cedar Hills, a sleepy Oregon steel town. Just a regular blue-collar Joe doing his darndest to make life a little safer for the folks who put their trust in him. But Cedar Hills was hiding a silent menace, a merciless monster preying on the unsuspecting citizens Kusich had sworn to protect. When the bodies started piling up, the only thing left was for an everyday hero to step up. This is the true account of how Cedar Hills' first and only serial killer was brought to justice, told firsthand by the man who dared look evil in the eye and pull the trigger. Wait a minute. Kusich didn't do that. That was Green. Whoa. He opened it. The fateful night I had sent one of my deputies over to check in on things. Not my first choice. The Flatfoot was from out of state and a little green for my liking. But all I had to do was hold the line and report back on anything suspicious. But when Tommy called, I knew this was it. Standing before the furnace, I thought I'd stepped into the fiery depths of hell itself. And there was Stone, standing on the platform like a twisted gargoyle, a tiny bundle of innocence held in his death grip. I'm not afraid to admit I was scared. I had only a moment to act before all was lost. So I drew my gun, took a deep breath, and made a silent prayer that my aim would strike true. Stone's corpse wasn't even cold before the whole bunch of out-of-towners descended on Cedar Hills trying to grab their piece of the action. Lawyers, reporters, rubberneckers, you name it. More than a few weren't satisfied with what they found. They wanted to make a conspiracy out of it. Said he must have had an accomplice to do what he did. Me? I don't buy it. Never have. That's because I know firsthand that he acted alone, saw with my own eyes. So to all those who claim otherwise, I say this: one monster was enough for Cedar Hills. What a load of shit. There were suspicions that Frankstone committed this crime with the help of an accomplice. I mean, house, tree, weapon. That's gonna be the code for the lock.
Yeah? And what would you do if it was you here instead of me? No way. You'd be climbing the walls looking for a way out. Who, Stan? Psh, not in a million years. No way.
Who the hell are you talking to?
Looks like it opens with a key.
So I need to find a key. Ha! It's a Pop Goes the Weasel. So if I need the weapon, and I need that piece, and I need a key, but yet that says I won't be able to return.
Augustine has a unique collection. I've never seen anything like this stuff.
You sure would get a kick out of this place. And then you'd probably kick me out of this place and keep it all to yourself.
Who are you talking to?
No, I wasn't.
I could hear you.
I was talking to my mom.
I feel bad about the last interaction.
I've just felt so, like, empty since she died. Like I'm sleepwalking through a nightmare and I just can't seem to wake up.
It never gets easier when you lose someone. But it does become less suffocating.
I hope so, because sometimes I just feel like I'm going crazy. Like, she really is out there, guiding me, trying to tell me something. That's why I came here. It felt like that's what she wanted me to do. I know you said it had been a really long time, but can you tell me anything about her from when you knew her?
Gosh. Well, she was the most intimidating girl I've ever met. Even after I got to know her. She did everything she wanted to do, and nobody could stop her.
And that sounds like Mom. Any good stories?
Why not? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, there is something I've been thinking about. I've never told anyone else. It was a long time ago. We were just kids making a movie. Jaime, Chris, and me. Everything's still so fuzzy about what happened, but there's one thing that always just stuck in my mind. Clear as a bell. That night, we were on our way home from picking up a new camera. We were driving past the Rivera's house. The garage door was wide open, full of light. And the craziest fucking sound you ever heard was just tearing out of there in every direction. And right in the middle of it all was Bonnie. I don't think I've ever seen anyone so completely in tune with themselves. only thing that mattered was that moment. Nothing else. That was your mom.
Thank you.
Hey guys,
I appear the relationship.
look.
What? I don't see anything.
Ah, there, right there.
Oh my god, there's someone out there.
I have a feeling Augustine expected something like this might happen. She's got this place wired with enough cameras she could catch a mouse.
Good security probably means we're pretty safe. Right, so... Do you think we should find Augustine? Give her a heads up?
Even if you wanted to tell her, good luck finding her.
She said she was going to her private reliquary. That's a place for artifacts, right?
There's artifacts all over the place.
Right. So, if you were gonna have a private place for extra special, extra valuable artifacts, maybe you'd put them behind a door like that.
You've got a point.
Can't we just knock?
I doubt anything can get through that, including sound.
Which means it might be the safest place to be, whether Augustine's in there or not.
Okay.
Who's this stranger? Alright, back in the middle town timeline. The Phantom of Cedar Steel.
What's taking them so long? I thought we were gonna have a production meeting before we shoot. The van's already all loaded up.
I read an article that said girls don't like it when guys get all twisted up about their punctuality. They find it controlling.
What? Why did you need an article to tell you that?
I just thought you might find that information useful.
I'm not trying to control Chris. Just got a lot to do.
Uh-huh.
Hey, right on time!
Time to get cooking. What?
Nothing, just trying to keep a low profile. Bonnie's snooping around.
All right. Is everybody ready to get this production meeting started? We got a big night ahead of us. Guys, I gotta tell you, my mind's going like a million miles an hour right now. Did you know you can get like every newspaper article ever written at the library? It's insane. It's all right there.
No, tell me more.
I've spent like all day looking up every single thing I could find about Frank Stone, the mill, the murders. We are sitting on a freaking gold mine here.
Sounds like a productive day.
And yes, I had some help from my assistant.
I aim to please.
Oh, that reminds me. Now that you are an official member of the team,
Oh my god.
gotta wear the team jersey.
Wow. This is this is amazing. I'm honored.
You wanna wear the stripes? You gotta earn the rights.
I promise I'll be the best ancillary producer you've ever seen.
Production assistant.
Yeah, totally.
Feast your eyes.
She's a stickler for
Whoa.
details.
Wait, where's Sheriff Green?
Yeah, so Dad's never exactly been stoked about that.
But I thought he got the guy.
Yeah. And Sheriff Cushik took all the credit. People around here knew what was up, but
Let me see that.
This one's a 10-year retrospective. They go into all sorts of grisly details left out of the press the first time around.
And Dad got a little more credit, too.
This is big deal stuff. We're making our movie in the very same spot it went down. Can't beat that.
Stone's victims were real people. This was a real person.
Yeah? So?
I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to look at their picture.
And this is suddenly now a problem for you?
It's not a problem. It's just a little weird.
You were just like super gung-ho when I got here. What gives, man?
Nothing. I just don't want to, like, exploit any of the victims or whatever.
We're not gonna exploit Stone's victims. I'm just trying to maximize the potential of our main location. That's how you make a good movie.
But
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We've only got one shot at this.
Yeah. So let's not fuck it up.
Can we help?
Nah, Robert and I'll go through and see if there's any other good places in the mill to shoot. Then we'll head out.
look around the garage, then talk to Linda. All right, cool. No more edits. Let's go film. There's good light inside to film
Here,
this shot.
why don't you start with these?
So we're looking for Frank Stone references.
We're looking for anything referencing specific locations in the mill that could be associated with Frank Stone.
The mill's a pretty huge place.
That's why I'm sure there's gotta be something we haven't found yet.
Definitely possible.
We'll find it.
I was wondering if it'd let me dialogue in. Jaime.
I can't believe Mom's finally getting out.
Here,
I
look
can't
at this.
wait.
Mill projections dire for fall season.
It mentions Frank?
No, but it goes into the mindset of the workers. People were depressed. There were suicides.
At the mill?
Not at the mill, but like people who worked there or got laid off.
Damn.
This was a year or two before the murders started.
Does not sound like a fun place to spend a 12-hour shift.
There are a couple articles like this. The mill was in serious decline.
But if it doesn't mention Frank,
I don't know. It's all related to him, to the way he was, or why he did what he did, or something.
that's your expert opinion?
It's just a hunch.
Journalists sure can't get enough of Frank Stone.
September 16th,
I
1960.
pulled some of these today, too.
What's that?
Obituaries from around the time of the murders. And a little before.
Oh, good thinking.
Am I gonna be able to actually read it? Alright. Secrets of Killer Stone come to light. As Cedar Hills tries to make sense of recent events at the Cedar Steel Mill, more disturbing details are starting to emerge about the man at the center of the scandal. 36-year-old machinist Frank Stone, who was shot dead by police during a violent altercation last Friday. Stone, who our very own Sheriff Cushik is linking with multiple unsolved disappearances over the last 3 years, has been described by those who knew him as a loner, creep, and an oddball. Most shocking were the growing rumors that Stone was taken on by Cedar Mill and its owners, the Tester family, despite a prior police record for violence. We also noted that there was another employee there who had a history.
I'm sure no one was sad to see it go.
End of an era, Cedar Steel Mill to permanent close, April 24th, 1967. The Cedar Steel Mill, once the industrial heartbeat of our town, is to be permanently closed after the 40 years of almost continuous operation. Founded by Howard Kinsey Tester in 1921, the mill in its wartime heyday produced high-quality steel that was distributed across the nation. Mr. Tester's legacy was honored by his daughter Morgan in a statement given on Wednesday morning. Morgan Tester's statement suggested the family's decision to close the mill permanently had been taken out of respect for the memories of those murdered on its premises by former employee Stone. Not everyone is convinced by this justification, however. Interesting. Okay.
I wonder if Linda's okay with all this Frank Stone stuff.
Oh, well, what's this? Tom Holt interview? Item added. Oracle of the Omniverse. Do you feel trapped? Are you living your life or merely surviving it? Does this universe satisfy you, or are you left seeking a deeper truth beyond this reality? By harnessing the deep knowledge within this book, gleaned by Guru Barnum for his studies of those tribes closest to enlightenment, you too can assimilate the wisdom of the ancients' design and emerge from this cocoon of ignorance to soar on the wings of cosmic bliss, like a butterfly of enlightenment. Yeah, man. What? There's actual stuff? Okay. It was through my own practices, learned from my journeys through the American interior, that I successfully elevated my consciousness to the point I was able to visualize another Cedar Hills, one beyond the veil of our reality. This little town seemed so very much like my own, yet so fascinatingly different in countless subtle ways. To give one example, the Calhoun family still owned the drugstore, but the manager behind the counter was none other than young George, the son who died so tragically some years ago. Here, he was a healthy middle-aged, a season of life I knew he had never achieved.
Omniverse? Far out.
I drew two conclusions from my meditative voyage. One, that every journey through life offers almost incalculable variation, and while we may each have only finite possibilities on our own journeys, there may be other taken by mere versions of ourselves that visit all destinations. Two, the different planes of reality are not so much separate rivers running in parallel as they are interconnected tributaries flowing to a single vast ocean of experience and possibility. To explore this idea further, we must consider some It's kind of like The Cutting Room, like the book claiming there are multiple versions of people and objects across different realities. Ooh, the interview. That's a small cassette.
Yeah. I can remember it clear as a bell.
Oh, the security
I've
guard.
never experienced anything like that night, before or since. And don't reckon I ever will again. Heck, I don't know if I would have even made it out alive if it weren't for Sam Green. The man's a hero. Damn shame that no-good sheriff's taking all the credit. Damn crying shame. He all but gave up on finding Stone at the mill. Sam Green, he knew better. He came right up and told me we had to search every nook and cranny of that place. And if we had waited just a second longer, well, there'd be one less beautiful baby in the world. Or worse. Sam took Stone down just in the nick of time. Like something out of a movie.
Thanks to Mr. Holt, nobody questioned my dad's story.
Wow.
They were friends after that. My dad gave the eulogy when Mr. Holt passed.
So the achievement just said he quit drinking because of Sam Green. Because of his kindness. Can I talk to the other two or no? Are they too busy? Yeah, they're too busy. Okay.
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm just not a fan of this.
Understandable.
Her whole obsession with Frank Stone and the murders just feels a little intense. Maybe it's because she's not from Cedar Hills, but you know, those victims could have been any of us or our families.
But they weren't.
So you don't think it matters either?
I didn't say it didn't matter. I just meant it happened a long time ago. And Chris is excited because some of the locations could work really well for the film. Like this one. Take a look.
What is all this?
I came up with a new scene to shoot.
That you wrote?
Yeah,
Does Chris?
I told Chris about it last night.
Oh, she was into it?
We'll shoot it if we have time.
Cool.
This furnace chamber location is perfect, but I wouldn't have known about it without Chris's research.
Why is he being like, why are they giving me an option to be so like against everything they're doing? Like, I know, like, I guess, what, is he supposed to be like the voice of reason in the group? Because I'm not being the voice of reason. I want to see what happens.
It's pretty rad. I hope we have time to shoot it.
Thanks, me too.
Oh, yes!
Huh?
What is...
It's a picture of Frank Stone?
Look at the date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
This is from before the murders, before they realized it was Frank.
It's about mill operations, kind of a puff piece to drum up interest in new recruits. Hello, what is this?
Look at the caption.
Worker Frank Stone, machine shop.
Bullseye.
Machine shop, huh?
We've got to shoot there. That's it. That's the place.
It's perfect.
So, time to go?
Okay, people. Company move. Time to head on out and shoot the shit out of this thing. Let's go, let's go. Time is money. Let's make a movie.
Now, what were you little ding-dongs working on? Hello. Interesting.
So it seems like the options are either be the dumb, stupid teenagers in a horror movie, or have that one person who's like, hang on, guys, maybe we should think about this. Like the cabin in the woods. So, and I'm okay with being the dumb, stupid teenagers on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present The Mill.
Yep. There it is.
Oh, you see the creek down there? We follow that, takes us right to the secret entrance.
I don't see it.
That's why it's secret.
Ah, the music.
We don't have to do this.
Yes, we do.
Ready? Oh, careful. First step's a doozy.